Signs are showing more and more that we will likely not see an interest rate drop for 2024, at least not in the near future. Let's dive in and take a look at seeing what's happening with mortgages and interest rates for Reno, Sparks, and Northern Nevada. Let's take a look. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Garrett Stewart with Keller Williams here in Reno, and I'm back with
Jeremiah Eck with Guild Mortgage.
And we're here to kind of give you your monthly update for what's happening in mortgages. And it's the end of May, we're almost to June, and we just had a report come out this morning. And tell us a little bit more of what came out and what it's pointing to for us.
Yeah, so this morning we had the consumer spending report come out, is what it's called. I mean, there's a term for it, but just consumer spending. And it came in almost 10 basis points higher than what the government wanted. So that shows that the economy is still strong and people are still spending money.
And as people that have watched our videos before, kind of those reports, good news for the economy isn't necessarily good news for interest rates.
Yes, exactly. Because it shows, you know, about 2/3 of the US economy is based on consumer spending. So if that doesn't slow down, then it continues to increase the price of goods and services. So the Fed wants to see people spending less money to bring all those costs down.
Because that's what drove up inflation as it was. Everyone was spending. So stop buying things. No, just kidding.
Yeah, don't buy anything.
Later this week, we have another report coming out, which is also important. The PCE?
Yep, the Personal Consumption Expenditures report.
I'm glad you knew what that was.
And that is the Fed's, basically the Fed's favorite measure of inflation. So the whole time that rates have been high, they've been trying to get the PCE down to 2% along with core inflation. But we're still sitting at just under 4%. And the 2% some people think is unrealistic, but we'll see. So that's their goal. So if it comes out on Friday higher than what they're predicting, rates will probably get worse.
And that brings us to our next point of, in 2 weeks, they're meeting again, the Feds, and they're going to tell us what's going on. And it seems like more and more likely that we're not going to see a rate cut this year. And I've even heard like some speculation, there's even a small chance that more likely a rate jump than a cut.
Yeah, it's crazy. So inflation is just not slowing is at the pace that they want it to. So in order to keep inflation low, there's different Fed chairs and, you know, ones that overlook their banks that are saying that they might, you know, value a rate increase. Right. But we all have been saying, you know, on the 11th and 12th of June is when they meet again. Most likely there won't be a rate cut. If anything, rates will stay the same or maybe a rate increase, but don't let that deter you from buying.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people are curious too, like what are interest rates running currently if they're looking to buy?
Yeah, I'm sitting right now at about 7.5% on a national average. If you look at Mortgage News Daily, they put out the average interest rates nationally every single day. Most of the time they're a little bit higher than what they're advertising, but on average about like 6.5 to 7.5%.
Okay, and I think some people look at that and they might care more about what their payment is and things like that. So there's some options for them, and one of those is buying down their interest rate. You know, what are people seeing as of recently for buying down an interest rate?
Yeah, it depends on how much you can get for a seller credit, but we just locked someone in at under 6, you know, right, and just above the mid 5s. So I think, you know, there's still rates that are in the 5s that you can get.
So it's still possible. If the payment is very important to you, which I think right now with prices being as elevated as they still are, you know, that might be really important to someone. So good to see, you know, and with the market currently, I mean, so there's some motivated sellers out there, and if you find that right motivated seller, you might be able to get a credit to do that.
Yeah, so I would say, like, you know, who knows when rates are going to fall or change or be different, but everyone is still buying at the moment. Inventory is still low, so you can still get some pretty good deals, especially with the higher interest rates. So I just wouldn't wait, and
yeah, because if 2 years from now and rates are still where they are, don't you wish you would have made a purchase? So great info, always a pleasure. We'll put your information on the screen below and my information as well. So if you are looking and curious about buying here in Northern Nevada, we are your team here to help you, and we look forward to helping you out. So we'll see you next time. Thank you again, Jeremiah.
Thank you.